Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Usha.
Let's start episode 228 of Ask Vidas and Usha podcast. Today we'd like to discuss the concert of Vilnius University Unda studio that was held at St. John's Church on May 26th. It was a culmination of our year-long season, right, Osha?
Yes.
It's hard to believe, but it was the ending of seventh season already.
Already, yes. Time flies.
Do you remember the day when we decided to create this studio?
Yes, I remember it.
We were in our summer cottage that day, and after the communication with our boss at the cultural center at Vilnius University, we decided to create this studio and even gave a name, Unda.
Yes. And I was a godmother, actually.
You came up with this name?
Yes.
It's a nice name.
Yes, and especially because organ at St. John's Church has this beautiful Unda top.
Right. So the studio is open to all members of Vilnius University community, students,
staff,
faculty, alumni.
That's right.
Who love organ music.
True.
Osha, do they have to be able to play piano or not?
Well, it's not necessary because some just started from the scratch, but some are actually quite advanced, keyboardists.
Mm-hmm. And in this concert, we also saw some quite advanced players. Even though they were performing for the first time with our studio. For example, what did you think about the opening piece, Prelude and Fugue in C major, BWV 553, which was performed by Totile?
Well, I thought she, did quite well, knowing that it's her first recital at all with the organ, and that she is just a freshman in organ.
Exactly. During the concert, I introduced the performers and pieces, and during those intermissions, Oshra helped them to change the stops.
Yes.
And that saved a lot of time and made it smoother.
I know, it was sort of fun for me to watch them, how each of them behaved, because, I mean, you could not see such a things, in a professional concert.
Uh-huh. People who have more experience while playing in public, they acted more or less naturally, right?
I know. It was great fun.
But others who are doing this for the first time or after some decades of not being on the
stage,
they were very scared and.
True.
Okay, so then the next piece was Leon Bellman, Prière à Notre Dame from the suite Gothique, which also was played by Totile. It's such a lovely piece, right, Osha?
Yes, very nice.
But if you don't have a good grasp of piano technique, it's too hard to start with romantic music.
Yes, that's right, that's true, but seems that she had a quite good piano technique, so it wasn't a problem for her.
Mm-hmm. Before the concert, I told her to imagine that either she prays herself or she dreams. It's sort of like a romantic meditation, and both states, prayer and dreaming, are similar in a way. So while playing, she had to transfer this mood to the listeners too.
Yes.
I also thought that her articulation with Bach's Prelude and Fugue in C major was quite well performed.
Well, I thought that the
Even too much.
subject, yes, of the fugue sounded almost staccato. It was played almost staccato, and I noticed that before recital you told her to do the longer notes instead of shorten them so much. But she did not do that during recital. I guess it was too much for a beginner to expect from a beginner.
Yeah, maybe she can do this with her next piece to adjust articulation a little bit. And Totila is alumnus of Vilnius University, and she is a translator, I believe, from English.
True.
Okay, the next performer was Vytautas, our faculty member of physics department, and he played two pieces. One by Simon Mayr, Prelude in D minor. This is 18th century Austrian composer, I believe.
True.
Have you heard him before?
Actually, no. This was my first time when I heard him.
He brought the music for me himself and chose this piece, entire collection, and the next piece also was unknown to me. So I felt quite pleased that he has some curiosity to dig up some unfamiliar and rare performed organ music.
True, and actually, I think from all who performed during this recital, Vytautas is the oldest member of our studio. And so this was his seventh recital already as an Unda studio member. And he always amazed me how he is interested in things. And even after this recital, he told that next year he would like to learn more about the organ, how all things functions. So basically, he is a real physics major.
And also he wants to learn music theory.
True.
To decipher musical compositions, to understand how they are put together. So hopefully we can help him next year. Okay. And also Vytautas a few years ago brought with him his student, who is now also alumnus of Vilnius University, graduated in the physics department, engineer Vadim.
And he came actually to a recital and he told that he might be joining studio again next year.
Yes, as his graduation work, like for diploma, he constructed a robotic hand, which can grab things,
Interesting.
Excellent. So the next piece or set of pieces was performed by Justas, who is a faculty member at the biochemistry lab. He deals with various protons, I believe, and investigates them. I don't even understand what he does. I think he does computer modeling, how they behave,
But you understand what he plays.
Yeah, the first piece that he played was written actually by me, Offertorium, from the Mass for the fourth Sunday in Lent. This was the piece performed on the string stops on two manuals. And actually, I was surprised that he dealt with the texture where there are no bar lines very well. And actually, I told him before the recital that he plays this piece better than me.
Wow. Well, but I had a problem with him because since I had to change stops for him for two pieces, for your offertorium and then for Prelude and Fugue in A minor, BWV 559, he was always checking if I did everything right. And it just made me laugh.
Well, maybe because he is not used to playing in public. It's his first year.
But he argued with me. He wanted to do pedal with 32-foot stop. And I had many doubts about it. And finally, he agreed not to use it. But he had quite a fight before his recital.
In order to use 32 feet stop on the pedals, on the Baroque piece, the pedals should move quite slowly, right?
I know, and I just didn't think it's suitable for this kind of prelude and fugue.
Like imagine maybe Chorale Fantasia by Bach, Komm Heiliger Geist from Great 18 Chorales from the Leipzig collection, right? That would be what?
And my final argument was, are you so good with articulating your pedals? Because if not, your pedal will be behind all the time. Will sound behind all the time if you will add 30-second.
Or 32-foot stop would work well for pièce d'orgue middle movement.
Yes.
Because of long note values. But since Justus is just a beginner, he probably likes 32-foot stuff with its gravity, but he doesn't know what the effect is downstairs.
True.
He learned, probably. Excellent. So let's continue our discussion in the next conversation. But you see, it's so much to talk about, right, Osha?
Yes.
And it was a fun concert to observe. Thank you, guys. Look forward to our next discussion in the next podcast. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.